It has ever been my lot, though formerly myself a teacher, to be taught surely by none. Nevertheless, I venture to say that of what man may be, I have caught a fugitive glimpse, not among multitudes of men, but along an endless, wave-beaten coast at dawn. It began on the beaches of Costabel with a leap across an unknown abyss. It did not make sense. But nothing in Costabel made sense. Perhaps that was why I had finally found myself in Costabel. Perhaps all men are destined at some time to arrive here as I did. I concealed myself beneath a fisherman's cap and sunglasses. This is the way things are managed in Costabel. The beaches of Costabel are littered with the debris of life. Shells cast off, hermit crabs tossed naked ashore, gulls waiting to cut them to pieces. The sea rejects its offspring. Nothing screams but the gulls. And as for man, after a storm, one can see them hurrying along with bundles of starfish, toppling burdened, clutching bags of living shells to the outdoor kettles. Nothing shouting screams, but the gulf Following one such episode, I met the Star Thrower. There was a faint sense of coming light. Somewhere behind me in the east, long-limbed starfish were strewn everywhere, as though the night sky had showered down.
La 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 la. A rainbow sleeps within my shell. A glimmering rainbow sleeps within my lovely shell. A rainbow I shall call my own. A glimmering rainbow I shall call my very own. Or maybe I shall sell it in a fancy shop. Then gather others like it, I can gather hundreds like it for I stop.
I was away from the shellers now, and strode more rapidly over the wet sand. The shore grew steeper, the sound of the sea heavier and more menacing. As I rounded a bluff into the full blast of the offshore wind, ahead of me, over a protruding point, a gigantic rainbow of incredible perfection had sprung shimmering into existence. I discerned a human figure standing within the rainbow, unconscious of his position. He was gazing fixedly at something in the sand. It's still alive?
Yes. It may live if the offshore pull is strong enough.
Not many come this far. Do you collect?
Only like this, and only for the living. The stars throw well. One can help them.
I do not collect, neither the living nor the dead. I gave it up a long time ago. Death is the only successful collector. I left him there upon the dune with that great rainbow ranging up the sky behind him. For a moment, in the changing light, the sower appeared magnified, as though casting larger stars upon some greater sea. He had at any rate the posture of a god. But the star thrower is a man, and death is running more fleet than he along every sea beach in the world. Costabel, Costabel, upon this shore meaning has ceased. Costabel, Costabel, yours is a trickster universe, without hope or pity. With such an eye, some have said science looks at the world. I do not know. Costabel, Costabel, Darwin, Einstein, and Freud were good men, carriers of the light. What darkness threatens to submerge us now? Costabel, Costabel, yours is a trickster universe. Our very forms an illusion of time. Gag dolls made out of many ages and skins, frog skins, wolf coats. We have hissed in the guise of waddling amphibians. We have played these roles infinitely longer than we have been men. Our identity is a dream, our path but a hurrying stream, toward hope, toward pity, or to shipwrecked cost of hell. The star thrower was mad. His particular acts were a folly with which I had not chosen to associate myself. I was a scientist and observer. There is no boon in nature. I returned to my room and lay quietly in the darkness. I lay quietly, but my restless hand at the bedside fingered the edge of an invisible abyss. There was a skull and an eye, and the eye glared within the skull. It was a cold, world-shriveling eye, a search beam revolving endlessly, measuring the illusions through which mankind has painfully made its way. And I was the skull, the inhumanly stripped skeleton, without voice, without hope, wandering upon the shores of the world.
Is it true, Dr. Isley, that your mother was deaf, and that for most of her life she hovered on the edge of mental breakdown?
She knew unbearable difference and isolation.
As I came through the desert, thus it was. As I came through the desert.
As the spinning galactic clouds hurled stars and worlds across the night, so life, rushing outward from an unknown center, scatters the splintered radiance of consciousness and sends it prowling and contending through the thickets of the world.
As I came through the desert, thus it was. As I came through the desert.
The eye turned and measured all. Man had come in his journeyings to a region of terrible freedoms. There was no longer anything to subdue the pride of man. The forces he released in nature were like irrevocable monsters, conjured up by a completely amateur sorcerer. Huge shadows leaped triumphantly after every blinding illumination.
This satchel belongs to my son, Loren Isley. My son.
Certain coats are set apart for shipwreck.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
In the utter stillness, I waited as though for a cosmic judgment.
The stars throw well. One can help them.
The eye considered me. But I do love the world. I love its small ones, the things beaten in the strangling surf, the lost ones, the failures of the world. It was like a renunciation of my scientific heritage. The eye considered me and was gone. The merciless beam no longer in traverse around my skull. I had seen the star thrower stretch out his hand in pity. I had seen his expression of love reach across the species boundary. It was a joining, a creature born of the silent war under the tangled bank had asserted the human right to define his own frontier. The star thrower was mad. His particular acts were a folly. Nevertheless, I had seen the rainbow attempting to attach itself to Earth, as though for an instant, hesitantly, the supernatural had touched upon the natural. I set forth to find the star thrower. Perhaps far outward on the rim of space, a genuine star was similarly seized and flung. I could feel the movement in my body. It was like a sowing, the sowing of life on an infinitely gigantic scale. I could have thrown in a frenzy of joy, but I set my shoulders and cast, as the thrower in the rainbow cast, slowly, deliberately, and well. The task was not to be assumed lightly, for it was men as well as starfish that we sought to save. For a moment, we cast together on an infinite beach, together beside an unknown hurler of suns. I understand. Call me another thrower. O star within my hands, your tube feet venture timidly among my fingers. Oh, like a true star, you'll cry soundlessly for life. Know me for this moment. I cast you far out on the waves, and with you I fling myself into an unexpected universe. Star, oh star, somewhere there is a hurler of stars, and he walks because he chooses, always in desolation, but not in defeat. O star, from Darwin's tangled bank of unceasing struggle and death has arisen a thrower who loves not man, but life. O star, O star, O star, O star, O star, there is a hurler of stars, and he walks because he chooses, always in desolation, but not in defeat. O star, from Darwin's tangled bank of unceasing struggle and death has arisen a is not alone any longer. Call me another thrower.